Hey, what's going on, you greasy grotto? Today, we're taking a look at Hops Trevenant in the perfect order format and how I'm currently playing it. I do think the deck is more powerful in this format than last. Before we jump into that one, I break it all down. Got to give you a shout out to Dragon Shield, of course, for sponsoring the channel. We all know them and love them for their card sleeves, but they got a ton of other high-quality gaming accessories, play mats, deck boxes. If you're looking for recommendations on the sleeves, though, they got a ton of different styles. Mats, dual mats, non-glares, classics. I'm a big fan of the matte style of sleeves. I like the blood reds, the tangerines, but there's so many different colors and styles to choose from. They have something for everyone. Check them out over at dragonshield.com. A link, of course, will be in the description, and code AzulGG will get you a discount over there as well. So, Hops Trevenant, for anyone who's unfamiliar with the card, which I'm sure some of you out there are, does 30 damage plus 100 more damage if any of your Hops Pokemon were KO'd during your opponent's last turn for a single colorless energy. The real star of the show, though, is definitely the Phantump with its splashing dodge for a single colorless energy, 10 damage. Flip a coin of heads during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done and effective attacks done to this Pokemon, which is pretty cool because when you combine that with the Snorlax, Hops Choice Band, and the Postwick, you can be doing 100 damage for 0 energy because Hops Choice Band increases the damage you do by 30 and also removes a colorless energy from the attack of the Hops Pokemon the card is attached to. Hitting for a hundo, and if you get heads, you can't be hit by damage or effective attacks during your opponent's next turn. So that's kind of cool. And then if the Hops Pokemon gets KO'd, we can use Trevenant, of course. We got the Hops Cramorant in here just as a one-of. I did find that playing two... our opponent plays around our Cramorant a lot. Like, we'll attack with Cramorant, and our opponent will boss around our Cramorant. And then we'll attack with Cramorant, and then our opponent will boss around our Cramorant. So the second Cramorant just kind of felt unnecessary, I guess. So just down to one Hops Cramorant, a 4-3 Hops Trevenant line. I got 2 Snorlax in here. It's a good attacker as well as being a boost for our damage with that extra helpings ability. A 1/1 Hops Dubwool. We are playing cards that find our Hops cards, like Hops Bag, or Hops Pokemon, I should say. So I can find our Wooloo, of course, and we got a lot of Poké Pads in here. Being able to use Gust through a Pokemon's ability is really, really nice to be able to close out games, and we definitely have a lot of flexibility with our bench space in this deck, for sure. Now, I am going with a very one-prize heavy build. I do play 2 multi-prize Pokemon in here. I got the Clefairy with the Fairy Zone ability to give Dragapult weakness to Psychic, which means Trevenant will one-hit KO with Dragapult, which is very cool. We could also attack with the Clefairy if we want, but we don't actually play that many energy. So it's basically just there to give Psychic weakness to the Dragapult, so Hops Trevenant can one-hit KO with the Horrifying Revenge. 1/1 double, like I mentioned, and they do have the Ursaluna in here just as a way to aggressively close out games at the end of games. So it is really just there to attack with once in the end game, and that's it. We don't play a ton of mobility, so starting it is pretty bad. Just 2 Air Balloon in there for the mobility. I don't play the Latias. I know a lot of builds have the Latias, but I feel like just playing these other multi-prize Pokemon just throws off our prize trade so heavily. It's just not worth including them. I know Latias, no Pheasantipity. Now, Pheasantipity I could see putting back in the deck because it's literally broken. So that's kind of a different story. Once we get far enough ahead in the prize exchange, the extra draw power on board is just kind of good. But another thing with putting those Pokemon in play is that Trevenant's attack Horrifying Revenge only does more damage if a Hops Pokemon was KO'd. Now, if we put Clefairy in play and take a knockout with Hops Trevenant, that puts us in a pretty good spot. Now, if our opponent goes and chases our Clefairy, though, we need to be able to have built up towards like a corner attack on the Hops Trevenant. So if we can go like attach an energy to the Trevenant and then next turn go like Psychic Energy plus Hops Choice Band plus rebench Clefairy through Night Stretcher, we can then follow up with a corner KO on a Dragapult, even if they go out of their way to KO our Clefairy. And that's like one big thing with trying to avoid playing non-Hops Pokemon in the deck is because, yeah, our opponent can KO those Pokemon, and then we don't get the big swing from the Hops Trevenant. And depending on what turn it is in the game, even the Cramorant might not be able to attack if it's in the early game or in the end game. And that's why setting up Snorlax can be so important, because if we can dynamic press, our opponent kind of can't do anything about that. We can always dynamic press. Now, one unfortunate thing about Snorlax is it does 80 damage to itself, so we can't dynamic press 2 turns in a row unless we want to give our opponent an extra prize card. So that is like a drawback of Snorlax that we unfortunately have to play around. I do play Shaymin in here because dealing with Teal Mask Ogerpon, or excuse me, Wellspring Mask Ogerpon is annoying. The multi-prize turn potential through that card can make it tough to win the prize trade. So we do have to play the Shaymin for that, which does open up opportunities for them to KO the Shaymin, but it's something we have to just kind of play around. And then I do have the Genesect in here. We play a lot of tool cards. Air Balloons for mobility. We got 4 Hops Choice Band, which usually wants to make their way onto the Hops Pokemon, but it doesn't have to depending on the situation. So they can make their way onto the Genesect and take away that unfair stamp, or Legacy Energy, or whatever else our opponent is playing, to give ourselves an advantage in that way. The A-Spec cards are really, really powerful, of course, so Genesect is equally powerful, or more powerful, as powerful. It's pretty powerful if you can get it set up before they use their A-Spec card. For the supporter lineup, Lillie, of course, for Pokégear to go with that, trying to find that early Lillie. And then I found Hassel to be incredibly powerful in this deck. So I got 3 Hassel in here, pretty heavy on the Hassel, 3 Boss's Orders to go along to the double for the Gust effects, 1 Hilda and 1 Colress's Tenacity. Honestly, the Colress's Tenacity has been pretty nice. Finding our stadium's cool. We don't play that many energy, so finding the specific energy we need for when we want it is a pretty big deal. Finding the evolution through Hilda is pretty weak. We have 4 Poké Pad in here alongside 3 hops back to get the basics, so we have a decent amount of Pokemon search to begin with. So I like the fact that we have other ways to find our energy, but honestly, yeah, we might just go to like 2 Colress's Tenacity. Currently just a 1-1 split. I play 1 Iris's Fighting Spirit because I just wanted like the 5th best. I can't play 5 Lillie, basically. I would play 5 Lillie if I could, but I can't. So I was like, what is just like the 5th best supporter to have on the first turn of the game going second? And I think it is Iris's Fighting Spirit. Discard a card, draw 2, we have 6 in our hand. It's okay. It's nothing crazy. I would just play 5 Lillie if I could, but you can't. And even though we are choosing second with this deck, you do want to blind choose second. I don't really, because you want to try and just pull off a turn 1 attack with a Phantump. I don't really want to play like Call Bell or anything like that. That feels a little too cheesy. So I'm not trying to put Call Bell in here. So we're just going to go with an Iris's Fighting Spirit and see how it goes. 1 Ultra Ball, because we do want some ways to help find the Ursaluna and the Clefairy, but we also have Telepathic Energy that can help us find our Clefairy as well. 4 Poké Pad, 3 Hops Bag, 2 Night Stretcher, 4 of the Hop Choice Band, of course, and the Stadium. Only 2 Air Balloon. Don't be afraid to put a Hop Choice Band on the Genesect. And then for the energy split, I am playing Legacy Energy, and that is one of the reasons it's important to have something like Colress's Tenacity and Hilda. Finding Legacy Energy is a pretty big deal, of course, to get value out of it. And then from there, we also play 3 Telepathic Energy. This doesn't feel like extremely overkill, but like we don't need like to find that, like we only need to find, we basically only find Phantump with Telepathic Energy, except for Clefairy in the Pulp matchup. So like we could play 4, I've seen a lot of lists with 4 Telepathic Energy. We could play 4 Telepathic Energy, but like it feels a little overkill. I did want to up the energy count. I was initially playing 4 Telepathic and just a Legacy, but attacking and setting up Snorlax to make it a threat is a pretty big deal in terms of just being able to continuously attack turn over turn. So I want to up the energy count a little bit, and Mist Energy feels like the best secondary energy in the deck because it gives us a win condition against Alakazam. Otherwise, that matchup's pretty tough overall because Hops Trevenant's attack Horrifying Revenge. Not only does the Hops Pokemon have to be KO'd, it has to be KO'd by damage from an attack. And Alakazam's attack doesn't deal damage; it places damage counters, which means it doesn't trigger Horrifying Revenge. Which means without Mist Energy, we kind of just lose that matchup. But with 3 Mist Energy, especially with ways to find them, Colress's Tenacity and Hilda, we can just beat them because their attack of placing damage counters can't place damage counters on something that has a Mist Energy. So that's kind of our win condition against Alakazam. We could just hit him with the Splashing Dodge over and over again and hope to hit a bunch of heads, but that's not very reliable at all. And they could always like push it to Dunsparce in the active to absorb infinite Splashing Dodges until we get Tails, and then we lose. So 3 Mist Energy, best secondary energy. I could see going up to 4 if we really want to invest heavily for the Alakazam matchup. Like if you're going to play this like locally at a tournament, there's a lot of Alakazam locally. Put a 4th Mist in for sure. Probably some flexibility with, honestly, I don't know where the flexibility is in with this deck. It definitely was feeling pretty tight when I was playing with it the other day. Yeah, honestly, I could not name a single card I would want to cut from this list currently. But with that said, let's jump some action, and I'll show y'all how to play Hop Trevenant. Be a fine matchup. Had to be a legendary battle here between Team Rocket's Mewtwo and Hops Trevenant. 2 of the greats. 2 of the game's greats about to throw down. Wonder if they play the Wobbuffet. The Wobbuffet would be kind of annoying, but besides that, we should be fine. Yeah, the Wob is actually kind of scary. I don't need the Wooloo yet. Probably just like this. I'm just gonna go ahead and put the Cram down ahead of time as well, right? I don't need to use the Poké Pad either. I think we just chill. Yo, the Splashing Dodge for a hundo though? That's pretty chill. That's pretty chill. What's the second attack do? Like 2 hundo? Tails? What's the point, man? What's even the point? I should have stayed in bed today. Dops? Oh, they're swinging with the Mewtwo? I can't recommend that. I'm not gonna lie. I can't recommend that. You're throwing, you're inting. I'll let you take it back. I'll let you take it back. Somehow get to the Spidops. This can't be it. This can't be the move. Do I care about that? I don't think so. How much damage do I need to do? This does what? What is it? Is it... How much damage is it, chat? Is it chat? I gotta look this thing up. I don't know how much damage it does. $130, $160, $190. So actually, $130, $160, $190. So we knock this out with this one, so I can save the choice band. Okay. I knew that. I knew that. I'm just testing chat. All right. Ooh, the follow-up Hassel? They usually don't play Unfair Stamp, right? I don't believe I'm playing around Unfair Stamp. Oh yeah, if they KO a non-hops Pokemon, don't they like get to... Oh yeah, I forgot about that. They can KO a non-hops and then they get more damage, whatever. I guess one thing bad about playing such a low energy count is I can't like manually attach to Snorlax as often to build it up. All I need to do right now is chain attacker zone. I should be good. Bonk. Oh, they got Archer. Yeah, true. All right, I should have like played a little bit more to my board there. Like, getting Archer here would be really bad, actually. I literally forgot. Oh yeah, Archer actually bodies me here. I should have definitely played more to the board. I could have gone like choice band. Here. Please don't Archer me. just chill. Just be chill. Please be chill. Oh, you're not very chill. What the heck? Okay. Lily's is nice there. I need just a little bit to attack with Cram this turn. Please don't hurt me. Yeah, I completely forgot about Archer. We're still in, if we can chain attacks here, though, we're still chill. It is kind of nice to be able to set up Snorlax, though, for sure. Just like manually build up Snorlax. Huh. Maybe I need to up the energy count a little bit. Maybe we do need to get the Mist involved. But I think I would like cut back on the Telepathic as well. I think I'd go like 3 Mist, 3 Telepathic or something like that. Yeah, I definitely misplayed. Definitely misplayed. That last turn. Also, it kind of feels like I do want double Cram just so I can set up double Cram to like play around hand disrupting cards. Judge or Unfair Stamp. Well, we're trying to play around through it with Unfair Stamp with Genesect, but obviously that's not like super consistent. Chilling. I was off till Monday, but I didn't end up going to Chips. I'm back. Hellback doesn't seem that good in here. Energy attachment wants to go to Lax. Okay, well, think about what you just said there, Jelly. We can play an energy card. Any energy card does the same thing on Snorlax. But Telepathic Energy does something different on Phantump. So we might as well play... Unless we're going to play like 4 Mist over the 4 Telepathic, sure. Also, 4 energy is not a lot of energy to be able to like manually build up our Snorlax. That'd be like the only argument you'd have, and the other way would be, well, you should just play 4 Mist, no Telepathic. But if we're just trying to, like, we can build up Snorlax with Telepathic energy. We can also attach it to Phantump. We don't have to exclusively attach our Telepathics to Phantump. In this situation, I attach it to Cramorant, which is not exactly what I wanted to do, but well, it's also not that bad that I did it, to be honest. It's like fine. That's like another problem with playing Well, I guess that's why it's so important to like build up your Snorlax, I guess. I was gonna say that's like a problem actually with playing. Actually, I wouldn't hate like Colress or Hilda here, I guess. Okay. I could actually attack with the Cram instead. I think I do prefer that, right? Because this forced them to... Well, then I have to Air Balloon this, though, which means I can't attach a tool card there, which actually kind of sucks. But imagine how much it would suck if I had Latias in play here. Like, that's why I really hate the idea of the Latias and not having other mobility cards like the Air Balloons in the deck. All right, we'll see how this plays out. I'm not that hopeful, to be honest. It'd be nice to play Tatsugiri in here, but Tatsugiri runs into the same problem of if they KO Tatsugiri, I can't use Trevenant. I wonder how often that would actually come up. Like, I guess on this turn specifically, my opponent could go, okay, KO Tatsugiri to go down to 2, and now you can't do anything, and that would kind of suck, so. Tool scrapper for your own tools? Nope. Not good. I guess we do want second Cram in here, because if we Cram on 4 and our opponent KOs our Cram, I don't want to have a Night Stretcher to Cram 2 turns in a row. I just want to be able to go Poké Pad or Hop's Bag or Ultra Ball for a Cram and then Cram them again. Actually, it's a good question. Have I won the Stadium War? No, they're down 2, I'm down 3. Or this is my 3rd. They're attacking with Mewtwo this turn. Okay, interesting. What is that last card, though? Ariana, Archer, Giovanni? Harlequin here is so low value. But I kind of have to do it, right? Attach active Harlequin. Oh, hold up. We got Hassel. We're hassling. Oh, I don't have another Trevenant in the deck, actually, though. Isn't my last Trevenant prized? I think my last Trevenant is prized. I could grab Ultra Ball for Ursaluna. I have no way to pivot. Oh, no. I have Boss, so I could just grab Air Balloon, actually, right? Yeah, so I go like this. And then I go... Oh, why'd I grab this? No, I don't want the Clefairy, actually. I'll be chilling. Yeah, we have Ursaluna Boss to win. I'll just put this here. Put this here. Knockout. Actually, this thing could get stuck for a while. I actually don't... No, I have Surfers. I guess I could eventually move it. It just might take a while. Oh, that's true. I could use double plus. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. I can actually KO this thing. I can KO the Sneasel. All right. Yeah, I KO the Spidops, the Mimikyu, the Sneasel. Okay, yeah, we're in a pretty good spot here. We're definitely in. I probably should put the Air Balloon. No, it's fine, actually. Okay, yeah, I guess we just win. Sure, yeah. Phantom's broken. I kind of want more Hassel in here. I don't even know if I like the Harlequins, to be honest. I don't even know if like we should be playing Hand Disruption or if we should just fully focus on being the aggressor. It feels like maybe we should just focus on being the aggressor. Also, can we ever get away with one Snorlax? Like, is it a, like, besides our opponent trapping in the active, is it something they actually ever genuinely chase? I feel like it's something our opponent never wants to chase. Oh, and the double. Go with it. Incredible. Incredible dub. I like to attack with it when I played the deck. The Snorlax? Yeah, but even in that situation, we only need one of them, right? Like they're eventually just gonna become one game. But we have to like scale. You have to scale Pocket up and scale the trading card game down, and then they just become one game moving forward. They don't really play Hand Disruption. Could throw these down. He's fine. Some people play one Judge, so they could just have that. I'll hold the Postwick though. I think it's fine to hold. Are you talking about regular Rockets or Hontrop? Doesn't matter. You always lose. Blue Scrapper incoming. It'd be kind of sad. I'm not gonna lie. A little bit. It'd be a little bit sad. I wonder if we can like play this matchup really weird where we just like don't attack. I'm gonna wait and see like what my opponent does, but like, yeah, I don't feel like super. No, we probably need to be slightly aggressive. We probably need to be slightly aggressive. Oh, Dusknoir, bro, you're just being cringe now. Nobody plays that. What the heck? Okay, it's a good thing I held my stadium there. Although, why did they play it that way? Shouldn't they want more damage in play to work with? Like, they should have, like, let their Duskull take damage as well, right? I am not getting item locked, I guess. Why do you always lose? Because there's nothing you can play in your deck to beat the deck. Impossible. They're invincible. I bench Fez there. Yeah, that is also weird. Well, they know I'm about to take a knockout, probably. That's why they did it. Actually, the Fez bench there isn't terrible. It's like fine. I don't want to get unfair. Honestly, sure. I'm just gonna put a Hop's Choice Band on the Genesect. Not unfair stamping me, buddy. Not happening. Oh man, I drew the Air Balloon as well. I actually need the extra HP in play because otherwise I can lose to like a Dusknoir combo later, right? Oh, interesting. I mean, honestly, not that interesting. It's kind of cringe. I may just evolve now. Would have been good to keep the energy on the Clefairy. Yeah, actually, that would have been. I should have Air Ballooned that. Yeah, that's a good call. I don't know where I'm gonna put the Air Balloon anyways at this point. I might as well just Air Balloon the Clefairy. I might do that now. I guess I could do that now, right? Because that's gonna be their target. They're gonna try and KO my Clefairy, so I should just go ahead and throw down a Telepathic Energy. But yeah, I should just Air Balloon it to preserve the Telepathic, because then I could like Telepathic to like this Phantump or the Trevenant this turn to set up for a potential corner one-hit KO. You're definitely spitting. I'm not gonna lie. Well, bench to Voice, Boss, or Candy Nor. Honestly, yeah, I should have evolved the bench. Evolving the active is definitely bad in comparison. Just got it like that? Chill! Oh my gosh. Now my board is in like such a worse spot than what it could have been. Wait, they can actually KO my Phantump and my active here. If they have a Dusclops. I need the Hassel to carry me. Yo, chill! What the... Yeah, if I had put the balloon on the Clefairy, yeah, it could have been, my board could have been way better. Balloon the Clefairy, keep the Telepathic Energy, evolve the benched Phantump to Trevenant, active attack with, yeah, I just like... Let's we didn't get unfair stamp though, right? We got that going for us. Shout out Genesect. Genesect's a real one. We do KO this still. We do get the KO here. Well, I guess Hassel still has to work here, but theoretically we KO it. Theoretically. I can Dusclops KO this now, which is kind of obnoxious. I just always push the Phantump assuming it's going to happen, and then I try and Air Balloon the Cram on the bench. I don't want to Air Balloon this because it's going to be the target. I mean, Hassel has to pay off here. Okay. Ooh. How do I play this? I think it has to be like bench Phantump. If I attach here and they KO this, I can't actually KO this back. But if I had just Air Balloon this, I could have had an energy here. So it has to be like bench Cram, Air Balloon Cram, Mist Energy here, and then knockout. Okay. I think it's correct. I think it's correct. Would have been better to have played more correctly on the previous turn, but it's fine. For the situation we're in, I think this is probably the correct setup. Because now I'm threatening, this thing is threatening a corner, but if I attach active, they could have gone knockout this plus knockout this, and that would have been bad. So I have to attach to the bench here. I can't attach to the active Trev. It's too much on the active Trev. They can Clop Stamp. Yeah, they could Clop Stamp. That'd be kind of bad, but oh well. They got it. They got it. Nothing I can do about it. So you're going to watch the Sidemen charity match? No, I don't think I will. Okay, I can definitely get unfair stamped here. Yeah, I feel like that's a good... No, it doesn't really mean anything, actually. I want it to be a good sign, but I don't think that really matters that much. Okay, hold up. I also need to have the unfair stamp here as well, I guess. Like, who knows if they even have it. Does Mist Energy stop Evolution Jammer? No. I actually, off the top of my head, I actually don't know. No, I actually don't know. They apparently don't know. No, they thought they knew. They thought they had a play here. They're like, oh, Monkey Dory, put the damage on the Phantump. Genius. You're cooked, buddy. You're done. We do have to bench a Snorlax here currently, though, to attack, which is not ideal. But besides that, we're in a pretty good spot here. Trev. They could still be playing Ursaluna. That's something I have to deal with. Oh no, this actually KOs the active already. What the heck? We just need one modifier. That's pretty good. Okay, never mind. Don't mind me. Do not mind me. Can I just attach? I could attach here, actually. No. Well, I could put the Mist here. I think I should just put the Legacy here. I have the threat of corner next turn. That makes the most sense to me in my head. I have boss for next turn. Play Hassel. Let me just play this. Knock them out. They overcooked last turn? Yeah, they definitely overcooked. They maybe could have come back with like Ursaluna Unfair Stamp if they just killed my Genesect instead. They must play like a super thin Dusknoir line, I would assume. It can't be like a super thick one there. Nice. The Runt. What are my expectations here of what I'm up against? Le Runt. Some kind of Mega Frostlass bullshit. Oh, if it's the tank deck, we just lose. I cannot beat the tank Frostlass deck. What are you trying to achieve with the 5th Lilies? Increasing my odds of drawing into Lilies slash the next best thing. So you're playing a lot of the Team Rocket's Honcho a while back. How'd you find it? Sight. Fine deck. Fall Bell? No. Okay, well, it looks like it's a Mega Frostlass deck, which is definitely way easier to... Oh, maybe I shouldn't have benched this. Oh, no. Well, I didn't expect to get bossed turn 1 like this, man. Like, this is some bullshit. I could have not benched this, but I didn't expect my opponent to go turn 1 itch. I know they'd be itching off the rip like that. All right, we're going to start dynamic pressing, fools. Dynamic press is on the way. Thoughts on Slowking Metagross? Does not sound very good. No, leave my Snorlax alone. Wait, they're actually swinging. That's actually really good for us. Unless they actually are playing the Tank Frost last deck. This would still be fine, I guess, to be honest. Leave him alone. I mean, I could just take away their ace spec, right? Like, I don't know what they're playing, but welcome. You get nothing. Lax is back, baby. You thought you could keep him down? I'd like an energy for the Lax, but that's fine. 190. Mars would go hard here, actually. Y'all need to chill with this Amari's propaganda. This is going too far. You're going too far with this. You're reining it in. Oh, I was about to go get Cram, but this is their first prize card. Never mind. I think I'm just gonna Lillie again, right? Like, I could go for the Hassel here, but I feel like this would be I'm just gonna Lillie. If I can get the value. No tools still. All right. Honk. 3. Very cool. I maybe prize all 4, to be honest. Well, no, we had one off the rip, right? Or no? Oh, we did not. Okay, I maybe did prize all 4. Dude, what? Get that out of here. Oh my gosh, leave him alone. Why are you doing this to him? What did he do to you? I'm curious about the Legacy Energy. Is it because nothing else made a lot of sense? I mean, a lot of other aspects that would have been fine. Prime Catcher would have been fine. Unfair Stamp would have been fine. Secret Box would have been fine. Legacy Energy's fine. Yeah, they're all fine. Would they get a star there? Oh, we have the Shaymin. I mean, we're chilling. So it's just Starmie, Dusknoir, but they also play the Mega Frost last. Pretty chill. Pretty chill. I actually don't. I wonder if I just wait. Like, playing Lily's Determination here is just like so low value. My hand is so big. Do I just like wait to top deck energy? I can also like boss the cat to be annoying. Gonna pass. Azul got a 12-game win streak with Okidogi, the same list you made. It's quite fun. Yeah, Dogi's pretty cool right now. Just gotta figure out that Pulp matchup. Why hasn't this guy packed it up yet? I mean, technically they don't lose on board as long as they have a judge. Like, even on their side of the field, even though they can't see my hand, they probably are pretty aware that they need judge here. Boston Cat removes the ghosts. Well, I mean, if I can KO it. I can't KO it yet, so doesn't really matter. Sure, Buddy Poff. Sure. Why not? Can we top deck energy? Oh, they're actually popping here. What the heck? I did not expect that. Well, oh. I didn't expect that either. Energy? Snorlax is still stuck. Oh, I guess they can trap it in the active for a turn here. I guess that makes sense. They do lose to an energy now, but I assume they either have a Mega Starmie or we're looking for Mega Starmie so they could punch a Snorlax, put 50 on the bench. I don't know where they go from there, but would have been a start, I guess. All right, now they lose to energy. Energy? Oh, I can Hassel, though. Yeah, sure. I have to play as if I am going to get judged next turn. I think I gotta go like attach. I want to KO this then. So attach for the knockout. Attach here. Attach here. Bench this. Press. And we'll see. Azul, if you Pog IRL, do you actually have to say Pog? I don't know. Try. Give you the answer. Pop the Dusclops one time. Just do it. It's pretty rough, not gonna lie. Some would even go as far as saying is that you lose the game. Oh, I just went. I was trying to think about like what to send up there, but it just doesn't matter. We always win the game, so we're chilling. It's Paul, you need to be able to have Monkey ready before attacking with Ogi. I noticed that it helps with the matchup.